I took the winter highway because it was supposed to be faster. That's what the GPS said. Snow had been falling all day, light but steady, the kind that slowly erases everything. By the time the sun went down, the road was nothing but white lines and darkness. No cars, no houses, just trees bent under the weight of snow. I remember thinking how quiet it was. Too quiet. My phone buzzed once, low signal warning, then went dead. No bars, no service. The radio crackled, switched between stations, then fell silent. All I could hear was the engine and the soft crunch of tires on snow. That's when the car ahead of me appeared. No headlights, just dark metal moving slowly through the storm. The car slowed, then stopped, right in the middle of the road. I braked hard, skidding slightly before stopping a few feet behind it. My heart pounded. I waited. Snow piled up between us. After almost a minute, a door opened. A man stepped out. Heavy coat, hood up. He didn't look back at me, just stood there. He didn't wave, didn't ask for help. He just stood there, then slowly turned his head toward my car. I locked my doors. He started walking toward me, each step slow, deliberate, snow crunching under his boots. I rolled my window down just an inch and asked if he needed help. He leaned close and said calmly, "Turn your engine off." That's when I noticed something wrong. The car he came from had no license plate, no frost on the windshield, like it hadn't been driving long at all. Behind him, through the snow, I saw movement. Another shape, then another. People standing just beyond the headlights, barely visible. Waiting. I didn't answer him. I hit the gas. My tires spun for half a second before catching. The man slammed his hand on my hood as I swerved around his car, nearly sliding off the road. In the rearview mirror, I saw them step forward together. Calm, organized, like this wasn't the first time. 5 minutes later, my dashboard lit up. Engine warning, temperature dropping fast. The car started losing power. I barely made it to a small pull-off before it died completely. Snow fell heavier now. The road behind me vanished into white. I sat there, breathing hard, knowing one thing for sure. If they followed me, I wouldn't see them until they were right outside the car. I stayed perfectly still. Engine off, lights off. Minutes passed. Then I saw it, a glow through the snow. Headlights, slow, controlled. They stopped far behind me, doors opened. I heard footsteps in the snow, more than one set. I grabbed my coat, opened the door quietly, and ran. Not toward the road, into the trees. Snow up to my knees, branches clawing at my face. I ran until my lungs burned and my legs gave out. I collapsed behind a fallen tree and waited. The footsteps passed nearby. One voice said, annoyed, "He ran." Then silence. I was found at dawn by a snowplow driver, hypothermic, barely conscious. The police searched the road. They found my car, but they never found the other vehicle. No tire tracks, no footprints, nothing. Just untouched snow, like no one had ever been there at all. The weather alert came late. Freezing rain, heavy snow, power outages expected. I lived alone in a small rental house on the edge of town, surrounded by empty fields. I figured I'd ride it out. I had food, blankets, and a space heater. By nightfall, the snow was falling sideways. The world outside went quiet. Then the power cut out. The temperature inside dropped fast. I layered up, lit candles, and tried to sleep. Around midnight, I noticed something strange. The heater was still warm. I hadn't plugged it back in. I unplugged it fully and watched. A few minutes later, it turned on again. Then I heard footsteps crunching through the snow. Slow, careful, circling the house. I peeked through the window. Nothing but snow and darkness. But the footprints were there, fresh ones, leading around the house and stopping right beneath my bedroom window. The knock came at 2:17 a.m. Not loud, not desperate, just 3 slow taps on the front door. I didn't answer. I didn't move. The knocking moved to the side of the house. Then the back door. Like whoever it was wanted me to know they had options. A voice called out, calm and friendly. "Power crew, we're checking houses for frozen pipes." No truck, no lights, no uniforms. When I didn't answer, the voice changed. "You should open the door. It's getting cold in there." That's when I heard something inside. A soft click. My furnace kicked on. The house started warming. I hadn't touched it. I backed into the hallway, heart racing, and noticed the basement door. Open. I always kept it locked. I didn't want to go down there, but I had no choice. I needed to know. Halfway down the stairs, I smelled cigarette smoke. Fresh. Then I saw the footprints. Wet snow melting onto the concrete floor, leading to the furnace. Someone had turned it on manually. Someone had been waiting in my basement. The power came back suddenly. Lights flickered on. At the same moment, the front door handle started turning. Slowly, I ran to the back door, frozen shut, windows iced over. My phone still had no signal. I was trapped, warmth filling the house. And someone trying to get inside. I grabbed my keys, smashed a side window with a chair, and climbed out into the snow. The cold hit like knives. Behind me, the front door opened. I didn't look back. I ran into the storm, following the road by feel until my legs gave out. I woke up in a hospital. Police searched the house. They found cigarette butts in the basement, tools, and signs someone had been staying down there for days. They never found him. And every winter, when the power goes out, I remember this. Sometimes warmth isn't safety. Sometimes it's bait. I was driving back from a small mountain town after visiting a friend. It was late January, well past sunset, and the snow had started coming down again. The main highway was closed because of an accident, so my GPS rerouted me through a back road. The road narrowed fast. Trees closed in on both sides, heavy with snow. No houses, no lights, just darkness and my headlights cutting through it. After about 20 minutes, the road opened up into a wide clearing. A frozen lake stretched out beside it, completely white, blending into the sky. That's when I saw a car parked near the edge of the ice. Engine off, driver's door open, no one inside. Something about it felt wrong, like I wasn't supposed to see it. As I slowed down, I heard it. A voice, faint, broken. "Help, please." It was coming from the lake. I rolled my window down. The cold rushed in, sharp and biting. The voice sounded weak, like someone exhausted, barely holding on. I grabbed my flashlight and stepped out. The cold hit instantly. The snow crunched under my boots as I walked toward the lake. The voice came again. "Don't leave. It's so cold." Yet I shined the flashlight across the ice. That's when I saw him. A man standing far out on the lake. Too far, too calm. He wasn't struggling. He wasn't moving. Just standing there, staring back at me. I took a step onto the ice. It creaked softly beneath my weight. The man raised his arm and pointed. Not at me, but behind me, toward my car. "Others will come," he said quietly. "Stay." That's when I noticed the cracks, thin spiderweb lines spreading under my boots. I backed up slowly. The man's voice changed. Less weak, less desperate. "If you go now, you'll miss them." I turned and looked back toward my car. There were footprints in the snow, fresh ones, leading from the tree line to my car. More than one set. The man on the ice started walking toward me. His steps were steady, confident. Behind me, branches snapped in the woods. I heard low voices, whispering, laughing. I ran, slipped, caught myself, and sprinted for the car. My hands shook as I fumbled with the keys. I slammed the door shut just as something hit the side of my car, hard. I didn't look. I reversed blindly, tires spinning, then caught traction and sped down the road. In my rearview mirror, I saw them. Several figures standing at the edge of the lake, and one still out on the ice watching me leave. I made it to the nearest town and went straight to the police. They listened, took notes, then exchanged looks. They told me that lake had been used before. People would stop to help. Some never came back. No bodies, no tracks. Just broken ice come spring.